You're having a panic attack and your heart is pounding. Your heart is pounding. You can't breathe. Your hands are shaking. Someone tells you to calm down and take deep breaths. If you're like most people who've been through this, that advice feels about as helpful as telling someone who's drowning to just relax. Ever wonder why the thing everyone says is supposed to help with panic attacks doesn't actually work? Today I'll explain why sprinting for 30 seconds works better than breathing exercises. By the end, you'll understand what's really happening in your body during a panic attack, and why running as fast as you can might be the weirdest cure that actually makes perfect sense. Here's the deal with panic attacks and your nervous system. A panic attack isn't just in your head. It's not you being dramatic. Your nervous system has two modes: chill mode and fight or flight. The second one is the thing that kept your ancestors alive when a bear showed up. Heart races, breathing speeds up, blood rushes to your muscles. Your body is screaming run or fight right now. Except there's no bear. You're sitting at your desk or in your car. There's nothing to run from. So all that adrenaline just sits there, making you feel like you're dying when you're not. Your body revved the engine to 100 miles per hour, but you're parked with nowhere to go. So what do most panic attack treatments tell you to do? Breathe slowly, relax your muscles, and try to calm down. But here's the problem. You can't just tell your nervous system to chill when it's convinced you're in mortal danger. It's like trying to stop a freight train by asking it nicely. Your biology doesn't take requests. The train left the station, and breathing exercises are standing on the platform yelling, "Wait, come back!" Now here's where this gets interesting. A study looked at people with panic disorder. Not just occasional panic attacks, but the kind where panic shows up uninvited multiple times a month. Half the group did relaxation training every day, deep breathing and progressive muscle relaxation, all the stuff therapists usually recommend. The other half did 30-second sprints instead. Just run as fast as you possibly can for 30 seconds, then rest, then do it again. That sounds completely insane, doesn't it? You're already terrified your heart is going to explode, and someone's telling you to make it beat even faster. But after several weeks, the sprint group did way better. Fewer panic attacks, less anxiety overall, better quality of life. The relaxation group improved a little bit, but the people who were sprinting basically told their panic disorder to sit down and shut up. And it actually listened. So why does this work? Imagine your body is a smoke alarm. A real danger, like actual smoke, should set it off. That's good. But panic disorder is like a smoke alarm that goes off when you make toast. No fire, no danger, just burnt bread. And every time it happens, you get more scared of the alarm itself. You start worrying about when it'll go off next. That's the panic loop. You're not scared of the original thing anymore. You're scared of being scared. You're afraid of your own heartbeat and breathing. Here's the thing though. When you sprint for 30 seconds, your heart races. Your breathing gets fast and heavy. You're sweating. All the same physical sensations that happen during a panic attack. But this time, your brain knows why it's happening. You're exercising. You're not in danger. You're just running. And after you stop, your body does what it's supposed to do. It recovers. Your heart rate comes back down, your breathing slows, everything returns to normal. And your nervous system learns something crucial. It learns that a racing heart doesn't always mean danger. Fast breathing doesn't mean you're dying. You're retraining the smoke alarm, teaching it the difference between toast and a 5-alarm fire. Do it enough times, and your body stops panicking every time your heart speeds up. The fear of fear loop breaks. But wait, there's another reason sprinting works that nobody talks about. Remember all that adrenaline your body dumped into your system when it hit the panic button? It's just sitting there. Your body prepared you to run from a bear, but you never ran. When you sprint, you actually use those stress hormones. You burn through them. Your body finally gets to do what it was preparing for. The cycle completes. The adrenaline gets used up instead of just circling your bloodstream, making you miserable. Now let's talk about what relaxation training is trying to do. It's fighting your biology. Your body says, danger, go fast. And you're trying to convince it to slow down through sheer force of will. Sometimes that works if you catch it early. But most of the time, it's like pushing a boulder uphill. You're working against your own nervous system. Meanwhile, sprinting works with your biology. Your body wants to go fast? Fine, let's go fast. Let's sprint until your legs burn and your lungs scream. Now your body's happy. It did the thing. Mission accomplished. Threat handled. Time to rest. Your nervous system shifts from panic mode into recovery mode. You're not fighting the current anymore. you're swimming with it. This matters because if you've ever had a panic attack, someone probably made you feel like you were doing it wrong. Like if you just breathed correctly or calmed down, it would stop. And when it didn't stop, you felt even worse. But your body isn't broken. You're not doing it wrong. The advice was just backwards. Telling someone in fight or flight mode to relax is like telling someone who's sprinting away from a bear to sit down and meditate. Your body doesn't care about your breathing app. It cares about completing the stress cycle. And the fastest way to do that is to actually stress your body on purpose. Make your heart race for a reason. Teach it that these sensations are normal and safe. Here's what the research actually shows. People who did high-intensity interval training had fewer panic attacks over time. Their overall anxiety dropped. They felt more in control of their bodies. And the effects lasted. This wasn't just a temporary fix. Their nervous systems actually recalibrated. The smoke alarm got smarter. Compare that to relaxation training, which helps a little, but doesn't address the root problem. You're still scared of your own heartbeat. You're just trying to avoid it, instead of proving to yourself it's not dangerous. Now, does this mean you should sprint in the middle of a panic attack? Not necessarily. If you're already in full panic mode, sprinting might feel impossible. That's okay. This is about training your nervous system over time so panic attacks happen less often. You do the sprints when you're calm. When you're not panicking, you're building up your body's tolerance to those sensations. You're teaching your smoke alarm to chill out. Then when a panic attack does try to start, your body's like, oh, this again? We've been way more uncomfortable than this during sprints. This is nothing. The panic loses its power because you've already been there and survived every single time. Think about what this means for how we understand panic attacks. For decades, we've treated them like they're purely mental, like you can think your way out of them. But your body isn't responding to logic, it's responding to physical signals. When your heart races during a panic attack, trying to slow it down with deep breathing is like trying to stop a fire alarm by thinking quiet thoughts at it. But when you sprint regularly, you're actually changing what the alarm responds to. You're recalibrating the sensitivity. Your body learns that a racing heart is just Tuesday afternoon exercise, not a life-threatening emergency. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. The mental health world has been pushing the same advice for decades. Deep breaths, meditation, mindfulness, calm thoughts. And for some people, it works great. But for a lot of people with panic disorder, it just makes them feel worse when it doesn't work, like they're broken beyond repair. This study is basically saying what a lot of people have figured out on their own. Sometimes the answer isn't to calm down. Sometimes it's to go harder, to lean into the discomfort instead of running from it, to prove to your body that it can handle way more than it thinks it can. To recap, panic attacks happen when your body hits fight or flight mode but has nothing to fight or run from. Relaxation training tries to fight your biology by calming you down when your body wants to speed up. Sprinting for 30 seconds works with your body, burns through stress hormones, and teaches your nervous system that a racing heart isn't dangerous. Research shows people who did high-intensity sprints had way fewer panic attacks than people who did breathing exercises. You're not retraining your thoughts, you're retraining your smoke alarm. So here's the real question. If the thing we've been telling people to do for decades doesn't work as well as just running really fast for 30 seconds, what else are we getting completely backwards about mental health? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever tried exercise during a panic attack or to prevent one? Did it work better than the breathing exercises everyone recommends?